You are not damaged. How do I know that? Isaiah 43 verse 7 says, "Bring all who claim me as their God, for I have made them for my glory. It was I who created them." Genesis 1:27, which states, "God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them." You are made to reflect the image, the likeness of God. John 9. As Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. Jesus saw this man before that man could even see him. Some of you may feel like that no one in your family, your friends, that there's no one in this world who sees you. There is someone who sees you. The God who created the heavens and the earth, he sees you. Some of you may feel like that you don't have a voice, that you speak and no one hears you. We serve a God who hears his children. We serve a God who gives voice to the mute. Mark 7 verse 37, everything he does is wonderful. He even makes the deaf to hear and gives speech to those who cannot speak. We serve a God that among a crowd of people, he doesn't even have to see you to recognize you. In Luke chapter 8, Jesus is making his way through a crowd. There's people pressing in on him. And a woman who had a blood condition for 12 years touched just the fringe of his robe. And Jesus stopped and said, "Who touched me?" And his disciples, Peter, had said, "Master, this whole crowd is pressing up against you." But Jesus says, "Someone deliberately touched me, for I felt healing power go out of me." There's a whole crowd. And this woman touched the fringe of Jesus' robe and he noticed. He didn't even have to see her to notice her. He just felt her presence. Jesus told her daughter, he said to her, first of all, Jesus called her daughter. He said to her, "Your faith has made you well. Go in peace." We serve a God who created you so that he can enjoy your presence. He takes delight in his children. In Matthew 8, there is a man with leprosy who comes towards Jesus. And during that time, if you had leprosy, like you were an outsider, he hasn't had a hug. No one has held his hand, nothing. For who knows how many years he's been alone. Some of you feel alone and you just want to be near someone. There is a God who is drawing near to you. This man with leprosy said, "If you are willing, you can heal me and make me clean." Jesus reached out and touched him. He had a condition that prevented from him being close to people. He felt so alone. But Jesus came near to him and touched him and said, "I am willing," and healed this man of his condition that made him feel so alone and isolated. There is a God who says that you are not alone. I am here. Just a touch from him can heal you. And most importantly, some of you feel like damaged goods because of the labels put on you, because of the shame that you carry. In John 8, there is a woman who was caught in adultery and the people brings her to Jesus, telling Jesus to stone her and judge her. But what I love about Jesus is that he stooped down to the woman's level and wrote things on the dust, and one by one the people left. And at the end of it, Jesus said, "Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you?" "No, Lord," she said. And Jesus said, "Neither do I. Go and sin no more." We serve a God who takes our shame, who takes our sin. He takes it upon himself. And what he does is he takes it, and in exchange, he gives us his beauty. He gives us his righteousness. He bore our sins. He bore our shames, and he put it to death on the cross. And because our shame, our sins is not of God, it doesn't have resurrection power. So once Jesus puts it to death, once he lay at the cross, once it's crucified, it cannot come back. But what can come back, the only thing that comes back again is God himself. Jesus rose back on the third day because only God has resurrection power. So I'm telling you today, if you feel like you're damaged goods, come to God. Come to God. He is a God who sees you, who hears you, who comforts you, who loves you, who gives you a voice. If you don't know God, if you've never seen God, ask him to reveal himself to you. Ask him to open your eyes, to open your ears, because he wants to make himself known to you. He wants you to know that you are not damaged goods. You are so loved by him. And that's why he was willing to die for you, so that you can have a relationship with him for eternity. He is just waiting for you to just open your heart and just let him into your life so that He can show you what you are made for. That you are made in His likeness, that you are meant to reflect His glory, that He has given you so much purpose for your good and for His glory. The hands who made the heavens and the earth also made you. You're not damaged good, but you are fearfully and wonderfully made.